All right, today in the shop we have a 2011 Ford F350 Super Duty 6.0 turbo diesel, and we are going to change the fuel sending unit. Now this is a dump truck. This is not a pickup truck, so if you're looking to do it on a pickup truck, this probably isn't a tutorial for you unless you already have the gas tank out. We don't have to take the gas tank out on this one because it's a dump truck and it's a lot more accessible. Let's get into it. All right, you can see we have the bed up here, and if you come under the bed, you can see the top of the gas tank there, and this is your sending unit here. Here is the new one that we're putting in, and the part number. We got this from Napa. A couple things you want to have ready is an 8mm. This is going to be for the little bolts that are going around the sending unit holding it in. And then you're going to want this fuel line quick disconnect tool here. We'll take our tool here, and we're going to slide it over the line, close the tool. You're going to push it up in there, and you'll be able to pull this line right off just like that. And we'll do the same thing with this line. Put the tool in, work it in there, and you'll be able to pull that right off. Now the next thing we do before we go pulling all these bolts out, we want to get a little screwdriver or something. There's going to be a lot of crud buildup around this base, and we want to try to clean up this as much as possible, because what will happen is once we loosen this and pull it up, some of that may drop down into the tank, and then you're going to have other issues going on. So I'm going to take a minute and just get a screwdriver and scrub all around this base here and clean that up. Now I'll go around and loosen up all these bolts. Now with all those bolts loose, you can pretty much pull up on this. I had already took a screwdriver and went around it and pried up a little bit because it was a little bit sealed, but now it's loose. And we'll pull it up. There it is. Come down to this rail, this cross rail here. You're going to see where the sending unit plugs in at. And basically, you're going to have to, there we go. You're going to have to pull this up from the rail. All right, it's held on there by a little connector. Pull it up off of there. And then in the very front of it, there's going to be a little thing that you push down on, and I'm probably going to need 2 hands for this. All right, so we're going to push down on the front, and then we're going to pull, separate it, just like that. All right, now we can go ahead and pull that all the way through here. There's a hole in this frame rail here to allow you to pull that right through. And now you can basically pick up your whole sending unit and pull it out of there. We got this flange gasket here that we want to pull up on, because the new one has it attached to it already on the bottom. So you just kind of pull up on this, but you want to be careful and that's another reason why you wanted to clean all that dirt, because as you're pulling up on this, some of this dirt can fall into that tank. So you want to go around this real gentle and pull this all the way up. All right, you can see we got them lined up. They are identical, and we can go ahead and throw our new one back in there. Now putting this back in there, you'll notice it won't go straight in because this float's in the way. You got to tilt your float all the way down. You're going to have to angle that float and put it in there first, like that, and then you can go straight down with the sending unit, just like that. Line it up, you'll see your bolt hole will show up. Just want to line all that up. There we are. And we'll get a couple bolts in there started. We'll get them all set. for now, just to hold it all in place. I got all my bolts in there hand tight. Now we can go ahead and pull this line off. And this was our first one that went on there, so we can go ahead and slide that all the way back up until you feel it click in like that. And that's locked in. Same one with this one. Pull it off. Slide it up until it clicks in. There we go. Now we can take our wire. We can feed that back through the hole down here behind the rail. All right, we got our wire fed back through there now. I plugged it back in, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to snug all these up by hand. I would not recommend using an air tool on these. These are small little bolts, and if you snap one of these, then you're going to have leaking problems out of here, and it's just gonna be a mess down the road. So we're going to use our ratchet, and we're going to hand snug these. I'm going to do one here, and I'm going to go here. Then I'm going to go to this side, and I'm going to go to that side so we get a nice even press on it. All right, there you have it. I snugged them all up. Don't over tighten them. You'll kind of feel when you're getting to the point where you should back off. You don't want these super tight, but you do want them tight. Once you start feeling some tension on there, maybe a quarter inch more, and then that's it. Now we're going to go up to the truck, and we're just going to turn the key forward just to get that fuel to start coming through the system, and we want to make sure that nothing is coming out of the lines out here. Make sure everything's working properly. So we're not going to start it all the way, but we are going to turn the key, get that fuel pump working. You can hear the fuel pump running. All right, now we'll go ahead and start it. Might take a couple cranks at first to start up. And we're just going to take a look at everything, make sure everything is good. All right, so we're looking good. The only other thing I would suggest after that is possibly taking it for a drive. It's easier with this dump truck because you can lift the bed to see what's going on. But just make sure, with that diesel swishing around in the tank as you're going over some bumps and stuff, that gasket there at the top of the setting unit is not leaking and it's not spilling all over the place. But we look pretty good, and that's it. So guys, please hit subscribe below, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment if you have any questions. I do these videos somewhat daily, still trying to get my subscribers up, and hopefully this tip helps somebody. I'll see you guys next time.